hero is going to be something new for Liquid here.
Yeah, that's the lane, so you don't really.
And they have like 50 damage, but now you can go some early stat items, and you don't have to keep spamming ion shells. They usually like rush the Vanguard, and at that point, you're they just kind of do their own thing once they're level 5 or 6.
They keep the lane shuffled out, creates a lot of pressure, so that.
Gladiators. I do think both teams, they kind of got what they wanted, but I think Gaimin, they got more what they want. I think this looks like a very strong group up draft. But Nisha, he's been, on his Ember Spirit, of course, he's been incredible, and looking forward to see how this one's going to go down, because Brood has also been a pretty annoying hero. It's been just really disrupting a lot of carries inside of these games, and yeah, we'll see which one of these gets the big farm.
Yeah, and a lot of times can sort of become that secondary carry or third carry if you've got something good going on in the mid lane as well. In terms of that mid lane, as you say, Nisha's been popping off, getting him on his Ember Spirit. Of course, from Gaimin Gladiators side of things, they get the Timbersaw nice and early. As they see the draft play out, they're more than happy to keep Quinn on that mid Timbersaw. I mean, who has the better idea, do you think, in that mid lane? You know, are Liquid right to sort of say, hey, we'll put Nisha on the Ember against this, it's going to be fine? Or Gaimin Gladiators right to say, oh, you put the Ember mid, all right, we'll put Quinn, we'll take Quinn on the Timber mid, and he's going to give Nisha a bad time.
Yeah, you know what? It's game 1, right? We've got a potential long series. I think this is the time to maybe try it out. You give Quinn his Timber, you're going to go Nisha. What do you want to play? Nisha's like, give me the damn Ember. We're banning Huskar. Make sure I'm set up for success. He's had some really good games. He's had some funny ones too with the Battle Fury double data list, but
I hope we get.
You better.
Well, we're not going to get that here. That was it. We'll never have that again. Meepo thing.
Yeah, that was a Meepo thing, and also just summons, which maybe got baited a little bit and never went for BKB, but that happens. But yeah, I think this could be set up for some fun, but it could also be set up for Gaimin just getting ahead and staying ahead, because they do like to group up, especially when they play with this Darkseer, get those auras. Sure. Could be some damage issues maybe from Liquid, but yeah, we'll see.
To hedge, how do the timings of these sort of work out? You know, in terms of how you feel when we've experienced teams playing. Tough for the Jug.
Yeah, it could
this push is going to come in around the Terrorblade, and Jug's got to consider, do I want to turn up to these fights, or do I want to keep hitting creeps?
The one thing is, though, the Jug overall, I look at the lane, he should have a pretty free time overall.
You think his lane's easier?
Yeah, versus Darkseer and Techies, it should be quite a bit easier because he's got the backup of the Lich. Pano mentioned it. I think Lich and Rubik are the two that I do really like to see in response to Techies, because you've got that instant disable, catch him off the blast off, so should be able to secure some really solid farm. So maybe that's the situation where 𝐋𝐈 is actually looking slightly ahead. Yeah, we're going to have some fun. These two teams, they played each other so many times this year in for a treat.
They have indeed. Let's see if we get Gaimin Gladiators being able to take it all again, or Team Liquid coming with this a successful challenge and manage to take them down here in this grand final. It's their best of 5, you know, something that Gaimin Gladiators have gotten rather comfortable with winning time and time again this season.
Even just the upper bracket, I think Fear on the panel did mention it toward the end there. These guys don't lose once they start getting on their winning streak in that winner bracket. So let's see, it's going to be quite a test here for Liquid. Let's see if they can get off early and start that advantage, because I think that's exactly what this lineup overall is looking for. Get a lead, push that lead, try to shut down Gaimin Gladiators, take over the map a little bit. See if they get this first. Well, they're actually looking sneaky cat.
By surprise up from the high ground.
Very.
So he's got the 2 block grenades ready to go. Indeed, with this position they're holding around the trees, super hard for Liquid to get to. The smoke dispels, and Boxy knows they're up there. But with that in mind, Liquid unable to make the approach that they would hope for. Gaimin Gladiators, they knew it was coming.
Liquid already putting down some. I mean, that ward might actually just counter pretty much immediately.
That's been pinged,
right under Gaming's vision. Tofu.
It's a good angle with that flame break.
Kind of tanky.
Doesn't want to dive the tower though at this point. 𝐋𝐈 far too risky. Just a bit of poke damage. Tofu perfectly fine. So they don't get Tofu, and they will indeed lose, almost certainly lose that Observer ward.
Definitely gonna.
They pinged it out. They knew what was going on. In terms of the bounties, we'll just end up splitting there. 2 for 2. So yeah, let's see how some of these lanes go down. As you said, you would imagine Jug and Lich should be pretty solid top. Maybe down bottom, John the TV feels a bit of pressure. And then the mid matchup, oh yeah, we'll see who was sort of correct with the way they drafted it out, because clearly both teams very happy to have these 2 heroes go head to head.
Missing a last hit there, a free one. And that, as we've seen in the past, it's been Timber dominant, especially when Quinn has been playing it versus these Ember Spirits. He's phenomenal, just taking advantage of it, and that's where there could be difficulties even at these lanes and stuff like that. You know, if Liquid does come ahead, that's where Quinn can just break that, right? Because he can make moves to these lanes, to that Brood's lane in particular, and attack the tower just to make sure that the Terrorblade Dyrachyo is able to get. This Disruptor pick is cool. I like the point that Brian made quite a bit on panel 2. I was looking at quite a bit of history of when they do pick it. Gaimin does not pick this hero that often for Celery, but when they are playing versus these heroes that can sneak up the pathing in particular versus this Brood versus the Bat, that's when they do like to have it. So it's cool, because then they rounded it together, right? They made the Disruptor look even better when they throw in the Dark's potential of the vacuum combos.
Absolutely, yeah. Great team fight provided just between the two of them. And also just great chase and catch. If the fight starts to go the way of Gaimin Gladiators, they can easily combo it into further. Very hard for Liquid to escape from a bad engagement.
Yeah, and maybe this top lane isn't going to be as easy as expected for 𝐋𝐈𝐕𝐄, because he does have Lich, who's a very, very strong hero, but Techies really is just that threatening. And I do see that Sania, he actually took the shield immediately at level 4.
See, it's going to be first blood for Dyrachyo down here. Good catch from Celery with the kinetic field, and there's enough time for the two of them to right-click him out of the game.
Dyrachyo Terrorblade. One of the few Terrorblades, I think, in this tournament that is having just still the same success that it usually does. I think most people are talking about how it's been struggling more than they expected. Low, Liquid with Voxy's death is actually going to take away the water rune from Quinn. Quinn is actually going to be put a little bit more on HP here for the next moments. Yeah, definitely seeing. I'm seeing 𝐋𝐈𝐕𝐄 just getting poked. Power of the techies, the poke.
Yeah. She's down bottom again. Zai. Attempting to get to Dyrachyo, but Dyrachyo's fine. Very hard for kind of Zai to sort of threaten Dyrachyo on his own. It's going to take a few levels to come out from Boxy before they have like that magical damage that may be able to pressure and threaten the Terrorblade even when he's under his tower.
Boxy's actually just going to start pulling waves. Maybe he blocks this small camp too. I feel like just having this small camp available for Celery to reset lane position never feels good. It never feels good for Zai.
Yeah, it's going to get blocked. Mid lane. My goodness, they're linked. And Nisha underestimated the damage that Quinn would be able to do to him, and the amount of damage Quinn would be able to survive through. That is it's an unfortunate death there for Nisha on the mid.
I mean, and Quinn's going to hold the range creep there. Now that's a ring of health. And that was actually with the TP coming in, where they stole the water room away from him. That was him without any extra little refill. He just stands toe-to-toe versus Nisha. Uh-oh.
Yeah, I mean...
That's not a person you want to give the kill to.
No, he pushed for the risk to try and get that kill in the 1v1, and now that he didn't get it, it means that he's never going to have that opportunity again. Yeah, Ring of Health out, 2 points in the reactive armor. Quinn, he's never dying in this matchup.
Nope.
Nisha missed the opportunity.
And top is free farming. You know, Ace, he is getting that really, really solid farm with Tofu just harassing behind him. Not able to get any type of slowdown onto this. The Jug is farming nicely. But I've seen what Ace is able to do when he gets off to a good start as he Darks here. Yeah, he occupies so much. He actually just plays farming. He gets Vanguard. He takes over the top part of the map, not the actual like creeps. He'll pull some creeps into all these neutral camps because there's so much for Darks to farm once you get an advantage like that.
Try and make a bit of a go, but every time Surge is there, very hard for Lich and Jug to get away with the successful moves. And now 𝐋𝐈𝐕𝐄.
I'm surprised that Sania put the one move.
No, it doesn't do anything in this lane for him.
It's all magic damage. Yeah, if you catch them like really off guard and you know there's no surge and stuff, you can get that spin down with the slow. But most of the time that I've seen from these Liches versus like they hold the point or they get the gaze. So see if that pays off for Insania. Right now they're just getting really harassed. Healing Ward is doing wonders, but have to be careful with that.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
At the least, you know, Liquid, as long as they're able to hold the wave around their tier 1 tower and stay close to that, they shouldn't die in this top lane.
But that means you're not getting kills on Ace.
Yeah, you're not pressuring this Darkseer.
Darkseer is one of those heroes where it can be a little bit like feast or famine. You could just, sometimes you just don't get off to a start at all and you're just dying a bunch of times. It takes you some time to cover. This doesn't feel like it's going to be that for Ace at all this game. None of those are already really early. Insania making the move.
Let's see if they can get the kill onto Dyrachyo. They can. They get the Flame Break knocked back into the Firefly.
Bottom tower is under attack.
They'll be able to take him down. So put some pressure on.
So that's the benefit, I guess, of the Frost Shield too. If he does want to make some rotations to the bottom, diving. So, okay. Cool with that if he makes those type of moves on him.
Of course, any moment spent away from that top lane does continue to mean that Ace is going to have the freest time ever.
We've got Darkseer with the lineup that Nisha might just be dead.
Level 6 has been hit by Quinn. He's in with the Chakram. Nisha will be able to keep his distance from Quinn. Still going to be a bit careful. I mean, Quinn's still got a bit of mana to play with, so both Insania and Nisha have to be cautious.
Our rune's going to be coming up soon. Nisha's just going to try to run to base. Can the supports deny this rune away from Quinn here?
lane. It's not seeming a lot of fun for 𝐋𝐈𝐕𝐄.
When he got the healing word, immediately.
Able to snipe it. Now he's in with the jump. 𝐋𝐈𝐕𝐄's gone. Stakes made on the top lane. 𝐋𝐈𝐕𝐄 left on his own as Insania's sort of just trying to help everywhere else out. Goes down towards the bottom, comes over towards the mid. 𝐋𝐈𝐕𝐄 on an island and an island of pain as he's dead. He's out of that top lane as Ace continues to probably have a huge smile on his face with how well this early game
He is absolutely free farming, Owen. That is a concern. This jug. Oh, is he gonna? I mean, he's gonna play Fury. But he's gonna lose his courier immediately, and they can dive him up. Force this and go
he
for
needs
it.
help.
Someone's gotta come up. They're bringing 2 supports.
Yeah, they have to. They've got to bail 𝐋𝐈𝐕𝐄 out of this situation. He's not been having a fun time at all. And turns towards Ace. He's never get the 3-man vacuum up, but he will die.
𝐋𝐈𝐕𝐄.
They get 𝐋𝐈𝐕𝐄.
Nice pull.
He's gonna have glimpse in a second celery. He's got him with a glimpse dash to do it. So they'll lose lives themselves here. Gaimin Gladiators 2 go down.
They get the chain.
They'll lose the third as Nisha swings across, chains to cancel the TP of Celery. They get the 3 of them, so Liquid as a whole will be happy. 𝐋𝐈𝐕𝐄, maybe not so much, as he's dead yet again.
Oh man, don't want this jug to get slowed down. This is a hero that you want to be able to have that good pace versus the Terrorblade TP. I mean, 𝐷uraChO, yeah, he dies the once, but this hero, it farms much more naturally than a jug who's struggling in laning phase.
I mean, to the point where overall you feel for Gaimin Gladiators losing the 3 heroes there to kill the jug as soon as the jug returns isn't actually that.
It doesn't feel that bad.
They're like, whatever, we just killed your jug twice in a row.
No, I mean,
it's like recovering 𝐋𝐈𝐕𝐄.
At least they got kills, but I mean, 𝐋𝐈𝐕𝐄 now it's like, he's gonna have to just jungle a bit here. And 𝐷uraChO, he can actually come top of the tower.
They can take this tower, I think, yeah.
And mid, Quinn, he's also gonna start pressuring this tower too. So Liquid getting pulled apart a little bit here. Zai, he is having the best time though, so he's gonna be able to apply some good pressure down bottom. And we'll see which route he does go with his build. We've seen a lot of different variety.
Yeah, I mean, in a game that's kind of going like this, when you know your carry's still struggling, is that more of an incentive to go for you should with the aura route so you can make sure your actual carry is able to have a presence in the team fights? You know, what's sort of the thought process as the offlane brood in this sort of game, do you think?
That's a good question. I think because he has the Ember Spirit, he might actually just go down the aura route. Yeah. So we'll have to say though. I think for me, I'm having difficulty telling just in some of the games because it's like, oh, he should go, or he might go aura just because like they're struggling or they're playing versus an early game lineup, and then they just go triple core. So I mean, like Amar's been like one of the best examples from that, just going constant scaling on his brood. Insania.
He's going to try and chase down Celery here. So Celery's got 𝐷uraChO by his side. Zai, he's not going to want to spend any time chasing Celery any further. 𝐷uraChO turns up. Also Tofu and Quinn. They're looking for the chase onto this. Insania and Zai, they've got to back off.
They've got the glimpse if they need it.
I think Insania doesn't really stand much options getting away from this one. He's going to try and spend as much time as he can, making the 4 of them chasing. But he will indeed be going down. Kill for Gaimin Gladiators.
I mean, that's 4. That's quite a bit of hit chasing the lids. That's space.
And 𝐋𝐈𝐈𝐿's definitely going to appreciate that space. Oh, yeah. He's been able to push out the top wave, catch up a little bit on farm. You know, he's more than happy with Insania dying as deep as he did just then.
I love how much attention that Boxy's actually been putting on this top area versus the Darkseer. He's, in the beginning of the game when they smoked, they blocked this camp with a sentry right at the start, and now he's just been constantly walking over, keeping tabs of the Darkseer stacks and everything like that too. So definitely potential that Liquid wants to fight around that area if they do set up for it on the side of Gaimin Gladiators. Could see some early movements coming from there. 5-4. Pretty even start here between both. Not getting slowed down. Hurts a little. But that space that they just got for 𝐋𝐈𝐈𝐿 was pretty crucial for him to catch back up.
He's getting to play this whole top half of the map without any interruption.
Waiting to see what Zai wants to give it up. Treads is usually kind of indicative of Echo Saber.
Yeah. Mid, Nisha. It's cool. He's still got his remnant ready.
Fucking super low.
He was living on the edge there. I mean, Quinn, of course, will be able to easily hold. Get a early push. Yeah, anytime that Quinn turns up on his timber.
I mean, mostly it's just Zai going to be doing almost all that push. And yeah, Zai, he's committed the Ogre Club. So it's going to be scaling. So they're going for triple scaling items on the 3/4 at the least here. I mean, if there's auras that come out very early for Ace, that could pose to be some scare around the early team fights around these towers. Because Ace just has some like Vanguard mech, and they're fighting with these triple scaling cores. They're going to need more time to build perhaps those towers if gaming does set up. So.
Yeah, and I feel it could be difficult as well for Zai to have impact rate even with this sort of Echo Saber build, because unless he's able to sort of find the supports of the back lines, the cores, they're not really going to care too much about getting clipped by a spider early on, right? TB, high armor, and this Timber Saw, Quinn's not going to care at all.
Yeah, Celery's the one who has to really worry about it the most. Yeah, Disruptor is a squishy one, but Techie's, he actually does, once he's got Taser, he's pretty good.
That's true as well.
Mother in a way, so does have a way around it. A lot of stacks being formed. Tofu, I think he has like a quad stack around his hard camp right now down bottom, but also we see Liquid getting crazy stacks. I mean, all about getting that efficiency going now that the lanes have been broken and they're fairly even. Quinn.
Celery. It's the 6 now.
Quinn is tough for them to deal with at this point. Occult Bracelet, 1770 HP. Very tanky.
They can't kill this
They'll
team.
have to commit literally everything onto him and they might not even get him.
They're going to go for the last one and the Tofu, but Static Storms already will stop them from being able to push in for this. Nisha turns, gets the Remnant out. They're on full retreat now.
I believe he dodged the glimpse there, I think, with a slight.
They're going to go for Boxy. Ace even dropping the ball to try and catch him with the slowdown. Quinn's going to be able to head forward with the Timber Chain. Firefly's gone. Boxy will try and deny it to the Ancients. Not going to do so. As Quinn will get the kill, and Liquid will get pushed back.
Probably they are actually planning to try to hit the mid tower. Their lineup without the brute is not really building, so.
Searing heat.
Nisha will at least get away because he dodged the glimpse there, but careful. Glimpse on Insania. Quinn.
Hook them up with the Chakram, but the follow-up also going to fall short. Nisha going to attempt to jump back in and take down Tofu. He'll get him with the second Remnant.
No,
Back-to-back spell misses there.
Radiant's top tower is under
attack. They'll retreat out of that into losing Tofu.
Hey, Mickey's probably like, great job, guys.
This jug,
Keep this up. I love it.
He is. Mickey's going to be back on track for a solid Battle Fury timing.
He's pretty close. He's keeping neck and neck with that TB right now. I mean, we have the Clash of Titans tonight. This is building up to be a nice little mid-game here in these fights.
Yeah, both carries are going to hit their timings.
Yeah.
For sure.
And let's see if the auras thrive over the scaling. Zai's actually going to go. Okay, this is the other MR build that we saw. Maybe it's just BKB Hex. Because I think that's what we saw do the other day, which that is a little bit of, it's not like Echo Saber. Yeah,
I think that's better. I think, as I said, with the Echo build, you're going to have this problem of not being able to threaten the cores and get BKB in Hex. Then if you can get the Hex on a good timing, absolutely it's going to trip up heroes like Duracho. He's going to be relying on waiting until he's low to go for a Sunder. You come in hot with a Hex on the Brute Mother at a solid time in the mid game. It could make life difficult terribly.
Liquid heavily. Boxy, Stadia. Gotta set up for something here. Again, there have to be, some of these cores are a bit too tanky for them to really deal with. Like Ace and Quinn in particular, they have to commit a lot. Ace doesn't actually have to mech this yet, so maybe they try for him. Go for the support.
Try and get rid of Celery, try and get the Static Storm off those. Don't get it down though. Celery easily fucked the Static Storm. They're going to vacuum as well. They've caught the two in the minute. Nisha, he's out. They'll get Insania as well. They try and go in Celery, but they couldn't catch him for long enough. The lasso didn't last and to a point where he was anywhere close to dying. He very easily got the ult off on that one.
That was weird. To be honest with you, that was quite strange.
There's a couple of times now where they've tried to make these moves, going with the lasso last time onto Tofu under the tier 1, this time onto Celery. Neither of them have gone great. This one, it went pretty terrible. They lose Nisha and they're going to lose the tier 1 tower.
I mean, Boxy even flame break the blast off, so it would have been actually even worse if he actually connects on top of that one. Over-aggressive move from Liquid. That's a blink reveal from Boxy. That just gets Nisha killed, actually.
Yeah, it feels like a bit of unnecessary pressure from Liquid. I feel like Mickey's going to be like, guys,
chill, I'm farming.
I'm having a great time.
I've got stacks.
Good timing on the Battle Fury up the top lane. Yeah, Liquid, I think.
Why?
They're going to catch him. He's trapped in the kinetic field. He's going to try and low steal up a little bit, but there's not a chance.
This Quinn Timber is a problem. He is gigantic already. Oh, and he's level 12. Yeah, is done. Shield ruin. They're just rolling. They're rolling. They're looking to just keep making these moves. Ace, he's got mech, so they've got these. They're very tanky versus the limited damage I would say that Liquid has in their draft.
I mean, I can't see Liquid going for that move again around this mid tower.
They have to wait for some more items.
They've tried a couple of times. It's not gone great. Realistically, it feels like they've got to wait for Mickey to get a second item, and then maybe they can go for with Mickey joining them with the healing ward, with the level 2 Omni Slash. Maybe they have a chance of pushing for it, but going for that move the same way they had the last few times, it's just a recipe for disaster.
It absolutely is, and they're actually maybe setting up for Nisha here, and he should be careful. Get him. Really dangerous to do this versus a team like Game. Little mistakes can just really spiral out of control here. Racho is getting absolute freedom when they do these type of plays too. Seeing Tofu. Tofu's actually just setting up mines even around the mid area just in case. If they're going to dive us like that, I might as well just set up some traps too.
Quinn. Very close to having the Kaya Sand, yeah.
Shield rune as well.
Absolutely massive.
It really is a problem. Their damage on the draft of Liquid, it's going to take, like you said, like 1 or 2 more. Even some of these items are just committing everything to try to bring this man down. And
yeah, they don't kill him.
No, and they're going to have the auras. Mech is done for Ace. He's going to go pipe. Definitely, I'm quite worried. Even though the gold lead is so cool, I'm worried when the fights do kick off, are they going to be able to actually kill and bring down these tanky cores?
Are we going to see sort of Juggernaut Mickey turn up and be terrifying? Or indeed, just be tickling?
They might be able to find Doraccio. He's actually lingering in the top side here.
See, they've got eyes on him. CTP's coming in. Gonna burn him low. They've got the lasso. Stanislav's there though. Red is able to turn with the Sunder. Another attempt to move around these tier 1s. That's just not going the way of Liquid.
Oh, and every aggressive move is actually hurting them, it feels like.
They gotta stop, you know, he's gonna be screaming at them. He's like, guys, can we calm down, please?
I mean, he is getting free farm, but it feels like he would be getting this free farm anyway. They're trying to go for plays, but Gaming's just prepared for it. Nisha. Whittling down this tower. He's actually almost got
the
it.
space to get this tier 1 tower very low, I guess.
Yeah, pretty good.
With the way attention withdrawn towards the top. So.
Nisha, finds Tofu.
Maybe you can do something about this as well. Celery is here to back up Tofu, but of course no static stuff.
Be in trouble. Nice. Get a slight dodge.
Still though, the wall is down upon him. He is going to have to jump away. Time is being bought for the rest of Liquid to turn up, and they'll find Celery on the retreat. Mickey able to take him down.
Auto attacks. Good kill there for Mickey.
Yeah, Mickey's happy with that. Yeah. Yeah, there you go, guys. You know, bring the fight to us.
The fighters, look at this.
This is great.
They sneak it. So Zai, sneaky little fighters. He's pushing bottom, and he ends up finishing out that mid tower from the consistent poke that Nisha was actually doing onto it there.
Okay, you're going to go for the BKB Nullifier. The lockdown item of choice.
Okay. I mean, versus Taser, it'll be great, and versus like the Surge and everything like that, I think that's the majority of the times that you do see it. But,
yeah.
Okay.
Well, there's reasons why you would have maybe preferred it to have been the Hex that you say we're seeing from some other brews with this BK build than the Nullify this game. Like arguments for both.
Arguments for both. I think he also recognizes that, you know, Gaming is a team that usually, actually I was clicking around, they don't actually have a Pavise. Usually they have a Pavise on so many. They usually just build a lot of these like glimmers and auras and stuff like that. So maybe just wants this extra dispel. Insania.
He's just going in looking for Insania. We'll get help back by the chains, but the vision there, kill the glimpse back. Insania will throw out the chain front. They're going for the lasso onto Ace. Ace is still on the mech. He will die.
Good Omni.
The two of them. The Ace of Tofu. They won't get Quinn though. Quinn, perfectly fine. He's got the face rune as well, running around.
They should be able to get Celery also. This time it's Gaming.
They do.
They
That's a good strike back from Liquid. Able to take the fight on their own half of the map, with it being Gaimin Gladiators at this time to be the ones to go looking for action.
And kill bounty is very important. Jug gets at least one of them there. He gets Tofu, and he gets a little bit of that assist gold as well too.
Yeah, Mickey's keeping it cool. He's got the Sanj and Yash done now over the Battle Fury, so feeling pretty strong now. 18 minutes in on the Jug.
I'm always intrigued to see like when they lately when they do go for like S and Y and stuff, because he is playing versus Disruptor. So some of the times you do see like the mantas just for the plays to push yourself out of these kinetics and stuff like that, because status is just anything versus static. So I guess he just wants the raw stats and everything from it.
Celery's going to try for setup, and he's going to find it here. Very nicely done. Celery coming out from the tree. The good defense, but they have enough damage to kill Nisha in time before it ends. He's out.
The attack's coming.
Tofu.
He's on him.
He was waiting. He was ready. Tofu cleans up the job.
I think the attack might have been able to was still following him from Doraccio, but either way, Tofu, he's there.
I mean, that definitely extra damage done there when you jump out with the remnants and there's a techies waiting.
He'll take that.
Yep.
Thank you for the XP, my team. I'm level 11 on techies now, soon 12.
And yeah, very nicely set up there from Celery. I think he might just have got that Glimmer Cake complete and was able to kind of come out from the tree line and open up with static kinetic.
Yeah,
we really caught him by surprise.
We're seeing the skill build of his really paying off. 0 in Thunderstrike.
And indeed, not surprised. Yeah. That's pretty horrific. Yeah, Nisha will be having nightmares about that one.
Kate Frost. We're gonna push Doraccio away here.
Radiant's middle tower.
Bouncing too successfully though. They're boarding in on the fight.
Nisha getting sort of killing up kills. The wall's going to be dropped down in the midst of it. They're looking at Doraccio. Going to think about to have a Sunder. He puts the play tree dropping low. Targeting turns towards Nisha. Takes Nisha's help. Zai fighting onwards with the BKB.
Dratcho still.
Terribly, they're pulling back with the fear. Dratcho getting busted. Dratcho, he's going to live. The team, they're able to bail him out. Dratcho splits out to the side of the fight. They've lost Moxie here on the side of Liquid. They find Dratcho again in the tree.
Still fine.
Maybe with the second round of play, if they can finish it, they can. They'll finally be able to take Dratcho down. Zai, line stealing up on towards Quinn. They get the static storm down. It's going to trap. In fact, they're three of them.
What a storm.
Quinn is able to take down Zai and Nisha there with pull back of that chakra. And Celery helps to turn the fight in favor of Gaimin Gladiators. They get the glimpse back onto Mickey. Fury back up, I think, for the third time. This fight will allow Mickey to escape.
He wants blood.
He's chasing. He's surged up. He's running down the joke. The healing what's going to be there from Mickey. He's got to consider how he's going to play his way out of this one. Frost Shield thrown him down onto it. Kinetic field again. Celery more control as they set up to take out the Lich. Mickey's coming, standing his ground. They still feel pretty beefy, of course, with this Sanjin Yasha on top of the Battle Fury, but he won't be able to get back in on the fight. Gaimin Gladiators, they come out on top. Some excellent stuff there from Celery, I think, sort of between his glimmer play, keeping Dratcho alive as long as he did. And once again, these sort of catches with the static storms, the kinetic fields, and that glimmers towards the end as well. You're seeing why they were happy to bring the Disruptor in on this game.
Absolutely. Celery, I cannot believe how long Dratcho survived. They committed onto him so long. Liquid, they're trying to take advantage of the fact that Static Storm was down. The fight lasts so long. It comes back up toward the end of it, and I don't think he could have gotten a better one. All three cores getting caught inside of it. Celery needs to die earlier in these fights.
Yeah, and Quinn is, of course, he is completely popping off the back of how much his team set up for him, such as Celery was in that last fight. You know, still yet to die, 8-0-3. Is level 17, and very close to being able to get his own Hex.
And definitely feeling all the power of these auras, right? That's why they wanted this Darkseer. You're seeing this mech, this pipe, this soon Greaves gonna be done. They're Liquid, it's like the damage, it was starting to kind of run out there toward the end of it. Being able to sustain with it, with this tanky Timbersaw, with this Terrorblade, who had quite a bit of gold saved up also. Dratcho, he has 4,200 gold. So for the next fight, he could just have that butterfly finished up.
It's true, he's gonna have quite the power spike.
See if he commits for the butter, if he goes the more tanky route. He's gonna commit to the butter.
See, yeah, feels they're not gonna have any sort of true strike anytime soon.
Liquid, around the Roche area here. Potentially get maybe a pick off and then try to go
Radiant
for it.
Are scanning.
At the moment, they're not too sure of where Dratcho is, so maybe assuming that he's farming this bottom area, but
Zai is sending his spiders all over the place to try to get some scout information, but
try and find some of these cores. Gaimin Gladiators on the other side of their half of the map.
Gaming have Greaves now on Ace, plus that pipe. He just finished the Greaves. They have 4 Stabber Glimmers on the double supports. Quinn, Suna, Hex. Liquid, they're gonna start it.
Well, it looks like they should get it.
Be able to get it.
Gaimin Gladiators is going to be heading over soon enough. They'll smoke up now around the mid. Yeah, this road is going down far too quickly, so we can find a nice little low. Gaimin Gladiators want to still take the fight despite Liquid having the Aegis, which they may do so.
If they see people split up, Nisha shows top, but he has a Remnant bottom.
Dire's middle tower
Starting
is
with
under
Dratcho.
attack.
He's not going to be the one to lead in first.
He's under vision. They did see him there for a second.
To spot Mickey out to the side.
Butterfly just being delivered.
Nisha's rejoined the team. Hex is done on Quinn.
This Hex might catch them off guard. But has to be careful how they position themselves here. Okay, HP.
He's got his Nullify complete, Mickey.
They've got both, right?
Yes. Double Nullify ready for the next fight on Liquid.
It's gonna be nice versus the Glimmers and stuff. Like if in that situation, right, in that last fight, if they get these Nullifiers, if they had them versus the Glimmers, Dratcho might die way sooner.
Yeah, Tofu and Celery have been doing a lot to get their cores out.
2 supports, yeah, they're pretty farmed. It's always the same thing for gaming, is they're more about the true support kind of itemization. Is that right on the Liquid stuff? You kind of itemize for yourself when you're playing this hero. I'm gonna catch somebody here with Quinn with Hex.
Being able to back right off after successfully getting the Roche. Don't end up being in a fight that they don't want to.
He's keeping himself neck and neck with this Terrorblade.
That's good fun. The fantastic time of the space that the team's ever created after not having the easiest of times in that lane matchup.
Is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
He's getting some good pressure here onto the tier 2 bottom.
I mean,
they gotta react to. I mean, he's gotta die quick. They're gonna pop flip.
Yeah, Nisha's gonna start heading back now.
Foxy's cutting the wave. I was like, what are they gonna? They can't just let him do this.
Under attack.
Cut the wave, move this up pressure and top as well. Pretty good.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
The meta, continue to to try and take the camp before the backdoor protection kicks back in, and he'll get it. Despite the creeps being cut, the objectives it's taken. They get the Hex.
He's safe.
Yeah, they're not going to try for any further follow-up. Nisha up on the high ground.
Perhaps if he didn't have the shield rune, they could attempt for it there, but either way, it's a tough one to go for. And Nisha, as we said, no more funny business.
They can take
second item BKB.
Take the torment to that. Yeah. As a Drea, Celery, Ace, and Tofu, they'll be able to find it.
Who gets it? It's Celery. Not the best one, but by no means. I've actually started to like this one a little bit more when you're playing versus these annoying like broods and stuff like that. You can actually just scout them easily with Thunderstrike. Long cast range. Around mid here with Ace.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Liquid Gathering. They'll rally around this Aegis 2.5 more minutes.
Yeah. Interested to see as well if @𝐋𝐈𝐕𝐄 commits for his next item pick. He has got the Axe.
Radiant's middle tower
but
is
wonder
under
if he'll
attack.
consider the MKB
Radiant
instead.
structures are
Butterfly.
fortified.
At the moment, Zai, he was
thinking about
it, whether he can continue to go to build for himself as much as he was. As he did have the MKB queued up for himself on the Brood, but he's now changed it to the Lincoln Sphere. Which does mean that this is going to be neither of those cores considering.
They're talking. I think they're talking about it right now because I think he's shuffled between 4 different items in the last like 2 minutes that I've been checking. BKBs, yeah, he's really considering what's going to be the most opportune thing for them to look for the best fight.
If they don't have the True Trap, once Dratcha has the Satanic,
it's going to be a problem.
I don't see Liquid having enough magical damage to threaten this terrible. Dratcha's going to be able to Sunder, he's going to be able to Satanic, to Lifesteal.
Got some push going here. They're trying to use this Aegis as long as possible, 90 seconds on it.
They'll TP back. Yeah, very interested to see what 𝐋𝐈𝐕 and Zai do settle on with their next times. Considering a lot of different things, 𝐋𝐈𝐕 queuing up the BKB due to the catch of Celery's Static Storms.
Racho, a bit deep here. Spot him. But they're actually potentially catching him. Look at Boxy and Nisha.
Around from Boxy and Nisha.
This could be a massive kill. You probably think, is this real? That is.
They were sort of questioning that themselves, and maybe questioning a bit too much yet. Now they'll start to turn back in on this with Nisha getting the chains off. He's completely on his own.
He's literally fighting everyone.
I mean, he cut it and he brought down Boxy with him. Chain Frost, he takes Chain Frost, an Omni Slash, a lasso. It does the job. They do kill him.
I mean, that's the Dyrachyo death though. That's the one game that he gets.
And that's always part of the winning formula.
It's true.
That's the real concern there for Liquid. They're like, all right, okay, we just killed Dyrachyo in a bit of an awkward spot. What happens next? Well, considering the track record, we probably lose. So we'll see if anything different happens this time. But yeah, I think you were right. You can definitely see at the start the Liquid like, oh, hang on.
Wait, what? This is real. Like, Boxy hesitated for a second there.
He was sort of walking away. He's like, Nisha, what are you doing? He's like, oh, you got the real dude.
A big kill though. They're gonna get tier 2 bottom. So that's actually really nice for Liquid. And 𝐋𝐈𝐕, he has committed for the BKB, so going the safer route rather than going for damage. So
all right, BKB and then queuing back up the Axe.
We definitely saw the bit of a difficulty to bring down this Terrorblade. There's 4 heroes hitting him, and he almost killed me. I almost killed somebody.
He did, yeah. Boxer was looking to stay alive.
Yep.
And that was without him having this next big item. Radiant's very close to him. Just needs the sword for the Satanic.
Blink Dagger done on Ace. Aegis has timed out. Gaming, see if they look to strike with that timing here. I think it's when Dyrachyo probably has the Satanic that they might look for an engagement. How many Wisdom Runes has actually Dyrachyo got? I think he's gotten, I know at least 2, but I feel like he maybe have gotten even a 3rd one. He's been grabbing most of them this game since he's playing on the left Ancients.
I mean, regardless, 𝐋𝐈𝐕, he's the one that's easily 2.5 levels ahead.
Above. He's got the talent.
Super high level jug.
Yep, he's got the Blade Dance talent now.
This is going to be very important for standing his ground against the Terrorblade in the middle of the fight. If he's able to get those Blade Dance Lifesteal procs.
Even versus the Timber Saw in some situations too, if he's able to just stand there and auto-attack, it would make the difference. Quinn is just still super farmed though. Continued to be neck and neck with a Timber and a Jug. Still getting his absurd scaling. He's got the 20 talent too. This talent is crazy. I don't know why this talent is 20% magic. Why? Why is this there?
Yeah, very close to having the Shiva's God on top of that. Was just an 800 gold away.
And then they're probably, I was checking to see if anyone's going for like any Lotus Orbs or anything like that, because it's a pretty value game versus the Bat, versus the Jug and everything, if they do want to go down that route. But
I mean, Celery's got to build for himself, right? You're going to disrupt, you go the Aghanims.
You have Darkseer on your team. If you have Darkseer, it's like 5x more that you want to go for it.
Now, how far is he in on those? He's got the goal to be about halfway through his Agnums right now.
Playing around the power rune here, 𝐷RACHO camping it. I didn't see which one is the next one that can come up. It's an illusion.
That's an illusion.
Never the worst one by any means.
I mean, it's definitely going to make Quinn that a little bit harder to catch and kill. Got the Hex. They got the opening. Has got the thing in the vacuum back to the wall, but still 𝐷Kay's able to put the blade through his step back the right.
Oh my god.
The Fairblade nearly bring him down, but the healing ward's there as well as the frost shield. 𝐷Kay will live.
He's kind of lucky to get out. Clips.
They want to go back in on this. They smoke up here, Liquid. And maybe see if they can get some sort of way back into the fight. So I had to put the BKB there rather early. Yeah, to avoid getting caught.
Limbs caught him. That was a glyph. That's not the tier 2 glyph, just an FYI. That's the tier 3 glyph that they did in a few to try to hold the tier 2 here.
See if Gaimin Gladiators can push for more there. Hopefully how to get the glitch back into the head.
Got the remnant.
Okay, can do anything here. No, he's having to run. I mean, has got Omni stacked. They're still kind of hovering in the way that they want to get back in because Foxy has the lasso. Here comes the Omni slash. It's going to be 𝐷RACHO. Oh my goodness, is he going to get away with that? He's going down. What?
I mean, he really wanted to save him, I guess.
He really wanted to save Celery. I mean, Celery's been having a great game. I mean, bless him. He just didn't want to see his mate die.
I mean, he wanted to do the satanic play, but they just got on top of him.
Oh, no. Well,
I mean,
dead on Gaimin Gladiators.
A smart hit from Liquid. Patience, waiting for the meta to kind of just deteriorate down, ults being expended, and then they hit, and it's a hard one. They don't get Quinn, but they get 𝐷RACHO yet again. He's 1-4.
I mean, that was a high-risk, low-reward play there from 𝐷RACHO, it felt like. Either way, the fight probably not going to go too great, but he's setting himself as low as he did, taking a few bounces from the Chain Frost at the same time, just in an effort to save Celery. I don't know if you want to save. He's already used.
He already used everything.
This disruptor's useless.
Yeah.
Just let him die.
That was a bit of a blunder. Look, I mean, you could watch in the fight too. Quinn is sitting on the sidelines, and he's like, "What the hell is going on?"
This game's getting crazy, and definitely in a way that's favoring Liquid. They're now up to a 5K lead. 𝐷Kay continues to get bigger than ever. He will have his Ags for the next fight.
Oh, yeah, that's massive.
Off that one.
Absolutely massive. A DD rune now spawning around bottom too for the next team fight. They could have that with this Ags on the Jug. And 𝐷RACHO, 90 seconds already set up around it. Huge opening here for Liquid. Just going to continue to play around the bottom side. Yeah, 1 minute till that, and they're just going to stick around here in this area. Foxy potentially been looking for an opportunity with the lasso. Omni slashed up in 20, and Ags is coming now for 𝐷Kay too. Gaming set up in the area. They might get caught off guard with the vision. They're bringing the squad. They want to fight again. Got their meta available. Trying to jump over on Togo, but Togo's able to get back to safety. Immediate buyback comes in from Foxy. Nisha steps in with the BKB, but has to back away from being pushed towards 𝐷RACHO with the Metamorphosis, punching hard back at the two of them. The Chain Frost gets thrown out, but Quinn Timber chains in, takes down Insania. Liquid's got to run, and this is going to be around Roach to Nisha. He's hardly seen him. They found him. He's out of remnants. He's got nowhere else to jump. He's going to try for the slight TP. It was a good effort, but not enough units for him to continue to be slighting around to buy time for that TP to go off. As Nisha, he'll die. He's out for 70. And that's the Roche. It's going to be up in 15 seconds. Gaming hit perfectly there. I mean, they catch with a 3-man vacuum. All just under the ward, right? Yep. Liquid, they're up on the cliff. They just didn't check for it. It had full vision of them. Gaimin Gladiators, they knew exactly what was coming. I mean, they also just deleted somebody, right? 𝐵oxy died. I didn't even see his HP pool drop. He just died instantly. Quinn just got the full burst on him. And that's going to set them up now for this rush. Yeah, they're going to see it in a second. Yep. Indeed, fast. Perfect position to go for it. 𝐷RACHO, he'll head back over to help out. Back and forth we go. An opening there from Liquid from before, and Gaming saying, no. We got our ults now in this fight. We get the big connection, and besides just getting a Roche now, Celery, Aghanim is about to be done. Wombo combo gets scarier and scarier. We got Philosopher's Stone back in. That's a little bit of gold. He wants the right click damage to the because Philly removes your damage. Oh yeah, because I was like, oh, this is potent. That's not gonna do damage. Liquid, they're looking to strike. I guess because everything's on cooldown. I wants to go. Static Storm's up. He's gonna go straight for Selly, and then the other still target. Selly jumps off the side into the map. He gets the disruptor without dropping the damage with ultimate on 𝐷RACHO. He's taking pretty much a full Omni slash between himself and the illusion. Getting pretty low hit. 3-man back in into the wall. 𝐷RACHO attempting to heal up with the satanic. They kept one of the BKBs moved in on towards 8. They're taking out the dark seed. Double buybacks coming up for Gaimin Gladiators. They're on Celery again. He's untouchable. They can't kill Quinn. Celery.
Going to have to take the Turboblade down the once. They will. How is he alive? He's healing up. He's healing up. Now he's gone. But he's going to be back for a second life, and he does still have Satan and Victor Pop.
It's got 5 heroes.
He's got to come back in and help out. He's looking back over towards Interaction. Caught by the fear. He's able to survive against the force. Meta, but he's gone. They've got the damage. Quinn, he tries to bail out of here with a TP, and he'll manage to escape. But
What a fight from
Liquid. Liquid, you see how low some of them got. Zai getting as low as ever in that fight, but they will take it.
I mean, playing around cooldowns, right? They're like, they don't have meta, they don't have Static Storm at the start of the fight. Actually, Static was up, but Zai, he got on top of Celery. They're starting to get the attention onto these supports, and they had all the numbers there. They had all 5 heroes for the entire fight for this gaming.
I mean, as you said as well, at the end of that fight, Metamorphosis being popped by Duracho. Sure, he'll be back up in 45, but it's nearly 2 minutes. He's going to be able to offer to the defense with his Metamorphosis. This is a huge window for Liquid to get massive damage done to the base.
This is likely 1 Rax, 1 set.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Really
attack.
addressing the supports there this time around. Liquid, great identification of the fight, especially having Zai. He really just pushed the limits onto getting on top of Celery.
Getting out as low as he was. Able to survive through that.
I mean, they all kind of did, right? Boxy only dropped at the very end of everything there.
Mickey back, but Mickey able to take the melee racks, TP's out, let's try and time the glimpse.
Wait a minute. I was wondering, actually, Boxy, it was not actually, I was like, Boxy lived during the fight. He died to mines, actually, going for the Wisdom Rune, it looks like. Okay. I was wondering, I was like, wait a minute, Boxy was alive. What did I miss?
12k lead now. Melee racks gone. Setting themselves up to be in a great spot here in this game 1.
If they fight around the cooldowns like that, they're definitely in a good positioning here. Just have to watch out when everything is up, when meta is up, when Static Storm. But if they get the jump, if they find these pesky backline supports, we can see how much success they can have. Sania is actually getting quite farmed now too. He's just been kind of chilling. Somehow he hasn't died as much.
What's he going to treat himself to? He's going to go for the Wind Waker.
Ooh, that's the way to save versus the Ag Static Storm. He switched it to the Ag, so I was going to say that's one of the few ways that you can actually kind of protect.
I mean, Ags is also pretty cool. We don't really see the Ags loots, do we?
No.
I mean, to the point where is he actually going to go for the Ags, or do you think he's going to change it again?
It's a black hole. You know?
I mean, it can be pretty awesome.
You usually want some type of cast range with it, so I'm clicking around. I'm like, they have it's 37 minutes. Maybe they can get some.
Give themselves a little bit of team fight of their own if he's able to sit there and grab them all.
It would be really nice, especially with the Jug, right? With the Battle Fury,
Omni Slash,
and everything.
And with 4k gold as well to sort of consider where he wants to go next. I mean, probably, getting rid of the treads, putting in like a Swift Blink, do you think, for Mickey? Or do you look at sort of swallowing the Aghanims and maybe now...
Maybe the MKB, that's what I was thinking.
I mean, the thing is, they haven't really needed it, right?
They haven't.
They kill off everyone else so quickly that the game's not quite at a point where Duracho can 1v5, right?
Yeah, maybe
everyone else, they kill Duracho regardless of the fact that he has this butterfly. It doesn't seem to matter at all.
I think eventually you would want it. So, I mean, we'll see. Because, again, he just continues.
He's got to queue. He's going to go, yes.
I think that's probably the best one.
Yeah, and then at that point, then you're going to have this level 25 Jug, MKB. I mean, Duracho's already been struggling in his team fights. When Mickey turns up now, he's going to completely destroy it. Yeah. He's that far ahead.
Quinn is still 10-0-4 somehow.
Quinn John is
still a menace, but he can't solo carry. He needs his TB to help him out. Even though his Darkseer is doing some good team fight stuff, they need the TB's damage.
Yeah. If his team fall around him, you know, the base, it's also going to fall around him, right? This might be a game where Quinn never dies. It definitely still could be a game that Quinn can lose. Crazy stuff there. Great opening to this best of 5 series.
Probably the perfect kind of first game we could ask for. 21-21. Not the most kill packed in the early game, but things have definitely accelerated playing around all these cooldowns. And you can see Liquid just really emphasizing, get on the supports, wait for meta to kind of go down here, or wait to fight till meta's down and wait till Static Storm. They're really playing nicely around those cooldowns in those last 2 team fights in particular.
And the thing is with it being Gaimin Gladiators, despite the fact that Liquid have taken those last few fights as well as they have done, you can never count Gaimin Gladiators out. It doesn't matter that they're a little bit behind or they had a few bad fights. Something about this team, they can find themselves and they find their ways out of very tough positions, very tough spots.
Especially because there's a Darkseer
and Ag Static Storm
coming up. So
they get slowed down a bit off that last fight, right? So still, about 360 gold.
And they did, I believe, both the supports fought back, right? So that is the other scare for Gaimin Gladiators. If these supports die at the start of the fights, could be some problems. And I'm seeing Zai, he's He's got a Hex now, I believe, finished up too. So it's all about getting on this Disruptor.
It really is, yeah. If they find Celery, that's going to break a huge potential of the combo that Gaimin Gladiators want to be trying to land to get back in on this.
Hello, everybody.
Last few fights.
Look at that lovely crowd.
So shout out to all you guys and girls out there enjoying the lovely weather that we're having today here.
We got very good weather.
Perfect stuff. Yeah. The sun is out here for this grand finals. So if we have any word on the reason for the pause?
I didn't see one.
Not at the moment. So hopefully all things are good. It's getting to a very exciting point in this game. So it's just going to be a question if Liquid can take it to the next spot.
Honestly, I'm really
impressed. In terms of Roshan, did of course just see that Aegis get lost on Dyrachyo.
And the cheese was used too.
Very freshly picked up, so 5 minutes until potential Roche.
I like watching the lines on the map and seeing if they actually mean anything when pauses like this get too long. Everyone just starts drawing random stuff. Liquid, I imagine they want to look to play around their vision that they do have bottom though. That's probably the easiest thing they can do. Or look to get maybe some information on the left side, because they don't really have any info to look for Dyrachyo over there. Dyrachyo, I mean, he's also, I think he's starting to feel perhaps some of this Frost Shield pressure too. He is going to be going down Nullifier route, so, and it is annoying. This damage reduction is pretty absurd. It's 70% when Xania does throw it, so we're definitely seeing the reasoning. And even more discussion, and this is where the real kind of nerd breakdown. They're just switching up items like crazy, what they want to put, what they want to go for next. Very nice.
Is there anything that you're surprised that neither team has picked up in the situation? Like anything that one of these scores is lacking? More
Gaimin not having Lotus on Ace. I think he had Aeon Disc queued up and now he's queuing up Lotus. I was saying the Lotus earlier just because he's playing versus, if you're playing versus like the Chains, the Omni Slash, the Bat Rider Lasso and stuff like that, it's a very, very valuable Lotus game, so I'm gonna go for that next. Liquid with some momentum here. Big moment. Insania now has Mjolnir queued up. Oh, yeah, he knows what we're doing. They know we're checking the items.
Yeah. I mean, I'd like to see. I don't think I've ever really. Have we ever seen any of these pro teams?
The
Aghanim's Lich online.
You know, it's nice to let you farm. It lets you push out waves. You actually just click Sinister Gaze and it one-shots the wave too. Doing that damage on creeps.
Are there any crazy talents that do anything? Well, not really, right?
He already has
got it right. Yep. The extra duration. And is there anything that's going to affect it?
I mean, the other one is of course the Chain Frost bounces.
I mean, sure, that's the fun.
Because then you can cast spells while you're Sinister Gaze, you know, while you're doing it, so you can get that crazy kind of setup there.
So in theory, you could, well, if you get like a refresher, you send out 2 and you have double the duration of the AO Sinister Gaze. Yeah, you can grabbing all 5.
Yeah, he's a 5 team one. He's a 5 Lich.
Yeah, no, well, it's early days, 20 minutes to go potentially in this game.
That is true. We
come out from Insania.
We have had, after not having, I think at the last 2 tournaments or something, I don't think we had any games that reached 100 minutes. We had 2 in this.
There's something about this tournament and the position that the patch, I guess, and the sort of read the players have in the patches. That's allowed for that. Well, here we go.
And we get a, I think, is that a 34?
Is that a road time the Cellar is offering up to the team?
I already know what that time. Maybe he's a fake timer, because I don't think that is the road timer. I don't even know, actually.
Okay, and as soon as we...
No, it is.
Insania just dies to the Tormentor. All right, well... Hey, who caused that? That was Zai, I think. Was it right against the rest of the team? They just all started hitting it and Insania dies. All right.
That's what you get for getting focused too much on deciding what I'm going to buy.
I think you're right. That's just a random time that Insania, that Celery put right. I think he's messing with them. That was early though. I don't know. 34-16. See what it means.
That Celery, Aghanim's coming out. How many Ninja Gears? Let's take a look. I'm always checking this item because this is the most broken item of the tournament, it feels like, once you get to these later stages for these initiations. Because Vision and Catch is kind of everything. So Boxy, he's got Ninja Gear. He's got Ninja Gear on 𝐋𝐈𝐕𝐄. I don't believe I saw any. Just Lotus is done pretty much here on
good with his ancients and such, right?
This is a pretty big item, honestly. If you're able to get some like really nice reflections, get some protection even onto something like Dyrachyo or onto these, these squishy backlines. See what type of fight we get. Will we get the Wombo combo from Gaimin Gladiators? Will we get Liquid getting on top of the supports? Let's see. Ace, he takes the Martyr's plate.
Super tanky.
He is. And he can redirect quite a bit of damage too to protect his teammates. That's actually cool. Very tough to tell when it gets activated. I'll do my best to be looking at it. Up level 25 now on 𝐋𝐈𝐕𝐄. gem. Quinn is actually playing both.
Unlucky.
Ah, that's what I'm talking about.
To deal with that.
Nacho thing.
So Liquid, they themselves going to be aware that this sort of move's going down. 𝐋𝐈𝐕𝐄 smoked up on the front, and
Arcane rune top. Nice rune.
Aghanim's done on Nisha.
He commits his gold. They have to. I don't think they've gotten tabs on Celery yet. They should be pretty aware that he's very close to that Aghanim's or has Eon. So
yeah, they're gonna know.
They're gonna know.
I think they're gonna.
Spiders are gonna scout.
With the fact that Gaimin Gladiators has been off the map, or at least they're only showing as they're showing, Liquid's gonna know that Gaimin Gladiators are looking for that big kind of jump.
Starting to get the lanes pushed out here. Nisha pushing top. Arcane rune plus Aghanim. This could be pretty massive for this next team fight, but it's all gonna be up to if they find Celery.
Last few times they've done a
been able
job.
to. I think Zai is doing some master, master micro brood stuff. We're just scouting with spiders, giving all the information in the the world.
Because he was sort of like 2-2-15 or something, and now it's been the 4 deaths the last few fights. As Liquid have found it. Gonna go for this push top. Tier 3 starting to take quite a beating here for the 2 siege creeps. To deal with that.
Nacho getting the lane shoved in with illusions. Bottom and mid also taking a beat, but they kind of have to react to this. They'll send Nisha.
Dire's middle tower.
He's got boots of travel. I was gonna say he doesn't have a remnant now, but he does want to put an afterwards.
Another attempt from Gaimin Gladiators. Out the base they go.
Scouting.
Who can they catch? Who can they jump?
Our buyback's looking. Quinn is 50 gold away from it.
I mean, I think the bigger one that's not available is Nisha's, right?
Yes.
Nisha gets jumped, and they're able to kill him during some sort of static storm that may catch him with his Zag static storm pre-BKB. Nisha could be in trouble.
Positioning is going to be crucial for Celery. Look where he has to stand, because he doesn't have a blink dagger. He has to be like right behind Quinn for the catch.
Side, they've able to put the link to Quinn. He's in with the Shiva's guard in the head. Put the fire out of the side. Multi punch beacon. He's going to try and go over the wall direction. Now they're looking for the backline. Jump off, and he's been able to find Celery straight over towards the disrupt. He's got the chance, but Celery's able to get the glimmer cape off. On these statues there over the wall, takes place. Still alive. Celery's able to get the static storm down. They're back to 2. Nisha, he's also caught the end of it as well. Ratchet still fighting fifth. The Hex is down, and Nisha, he's dead. 3
They took way too long to get Celery.
You know, Nisha sort of went all in on it, but I think sort of around the Glimmer Cape and such, they just didn't have the detection to finish him off in time. He gets the ult out, and that static stop, it secures them the two big ones in particular. 𝐻𝐿 and Nisha gone. As I mentioned before that fight, Nisha, he does not have buyback. 𝐷racho and the rest of the remaining survivors on Gaimin Gladiators, they can go straight to the high ground push.
I mean, they're pushing mid and they're pushing bottom. Liquid has to buy back, at least on the Lynch. They probably are going to have to buy back even on 𝐻𝐿 unless they just want to sacrifice 2 sets here.
And there's Insania's buyback. And cool throughout this, Insania never spent his money. He was sitting about sort of 3,500 and now he's gone back down to 2.7k. Never spent anything. Got him with a hex again. I mean, Insania's trying to force him back to the base, but they catch him. They've killed the 2 of them. Neither of them with buyback available as well. This is going to be a huge opening for Gaimin Gladiators to take at least 1 set of wreck, probably 2, maybe even start to threaten the game as well.
What a fight from Gaming. Only one hero was able to get to the back lines to try to go for Celery, and it wasn't enough. And look how much they might actually just lose everything here.
They might.
𝐻𝐿 is trying to hold his buyback.
Yeah, I mean, as you can see with the money Zai, he's 170 gold short of his buyback. Insania, of course, just brought back. The tier 4's exposed. They've got this little bit of time in the clip.
Oh, 𝐷racho wants to end. He buys a full refresher. He wants his meta back up. He wants to get the push.
He wants to at least get the megas.
At least megas.
Because I don't think they'll be able to quite end unless they can kill these heroes off again, because we're going to see both 𝐻𝐿 and Nisha back in action, so that they'll be able to fight with the 3 of them. It's still going to be a 3 versus 5, so it won't be easy, but there's a little chance that Liquid may be able to push back Gaimin Gladiators once more.
It's mega style already.
It's a lot.
And he doesn't even have to use his meta 15
They're going
seconds.
to play it. They'll back off Gaimin Gladiators.
They got all they needed. Jesus, Quinn.
That was a big push, big play.
He has not died this game. He has been the leader of the charge for his team to protect his buddies. Level 25 was hitting that last fight too, so he is pretty much a carry also on this Timbersaw, as he already has been. And the game's totally broken now for Liquid. They have to just they have to get Roche, and they have to have some insane next couple fights. And they have to find Celery, but not only just once now, because the buyback's back for him, so he can just buy back and join the fight too. It's got ever more complicated now for the side of Liquid. Just off of one little connection there.
Radiant.
I believe the Aghanim Tree is dead with this money they've been losing, so just by the Ether Lens.
Oh, that feels bad, right? He had what, almost
He had about 4k gold.
4k gold, got killed by his team, going for the Tormentor, and dies afterwards, has to buy back.
They lost a lot.
Lose everything, as now it's Roche. This is a full Aghanims too.
And we're actually going to see, I guess, regards to the fact that Nisha doesn't have buyback, it's like, I'll just go all in. He has to. So he spent 75 the MKB, and they're all going his availability to buy back in the next fight.
Yeah, he has to. They have megas coming in, you have to go all in.
Who are we giving the axe to here on
Just give it to 𝐷racho. Why not?
Yep.
He's got the double Terror Wave, right? He used meta for the fight, so it's a really, really strong one once you do get this timing.
Can Liquid do anything against these megas? Against this Aegis cheese push that Gaimin Gladiators, they're going to look to end this game with.
Aegis cheese push, Quinn just showing that he is unkillable this game. And I guess I didn't get to really see if... I mean, it's likely the auras and everything, of course, saving Celery in that last kind of fight. I didn't actually get to see if Ace popped like Martyrdom and absorbed anything there too, but it was the Glimmer Cape in particular. This got to have that detection somehow to get into the back line. I didn't see where Boxy was in that bottom fight initially. Levels more difficult here for the side of Team Liquid. The eco game. Patiently getting the rest of the farm on the map, waiting for their buybacks. Close. All of them. 𝐷racho's gonna his 1200 for Quinn. Creeps are coming in. Here come the megas.
Celery can treat itself to a blink as well soon. And you know, one blink Ag Static Storm, that will be the move to close the game. Catch on these big pools of Liquid.
And they have double hex too, so it's like able to get those front. Actually, triple hex, apologies. Ace also have one. So many different forms of catch. Liquid only has the 2 force steps till he's disengaged in the initial go, but harder versus the blink if Celery does get it.
Trying to leave the base, Boxy. Maybe find Tofu farming the neutral camp with
bombs. They scout him. He's got a shield where he wants to run in.
He can just go straight in. He wants to. I mean, there's nothing that's going to threaten Quinn right now. Unkillable right until the end, it seems. So what we can make of this. The creeps are building up.
And 𝐻𝐿 knows he can't show. He has to stay under Ninja here, because they could just jump him and fulfill him. Link now picked up her celery.
Yeah. Him and Ace can end it if they get the correct jump. And Ace gonna start things. Never get in there. Get the opening hex on Anisha. Anisha needs help. They got anywhere to bail him out.
Terror wave.
He's gone. Foxy and committed to the BKB last on the center. They desperately want to kill this disruptor. They've got the full-on hex this time. But will manage to stop the ecstatic stop, but there's the buyback. Sony's going to look to rejoin the team. Nisha got the buyback as well. They're trying to down again. Against direction. Getting 3 modes over Sunday. Getting help back up to pretty much full. Turns to take down He's back up to full HP. Nisha cannot kill off the darks here. Mickey's got a Blade Fury back to base. Nisha waste as well. Mickey, he's going to get dragged back underneath Duracho. He's out. No buyback on him. Heads on to Nisha. Gaimin Gladiators with the full cleanup as the ecstatic storm launch down the Ember. GG is called. Gaimin Gladiators will take this game 1.
They just keep on doing it. Oh, and how do they just keep on doing it? This one, Liquid won 12k lead.
Like they had a chance.
One fight is all it takes. The disruptor, he just gets static storm up there. You don't finish him off 100-0. And that was actually devastating because they lost literally everything. They got megged, and for their gaming, a huge injection of gold as they can itemize and now deal with anything. Even if they lose their disruptor at the start of the fight, they're